internal rotation, Pails and rails. I am kindly being helped out with my friend and good client Carly here, who is a bit of a yogi and who has quality movement. So first things first, when we're getting started with our shoulder internal rotation, Pails and rails, is our start position. Now, the key here is we want to have the body in an ideal sort of 90-degree angle. It's going to help take any unnecessary stress off the shoulder here. And from here, we're looking to have a couple of yoga blocks in just to take the stress off the neck so that it is not under any unnecessary pressure. Now, another key or an element that we can bring in to help with the quality of this is to slide a yoga block in right along the arm here. And as we're running through the IR, Pails and rails, the key is to not let the arm travel too far away from the block. Now, before we get started, when we're getting into our IR, you want to make sure that the elbow is in a perfectly straight line here from the shoulder. We don't want it up or down, a nice straight line. And from here, I want you to visualize that you have a spike going through your elbow, running all the way into the shoulder. Now, getting started, we're going to organically, and I mean naturally, rotate the arm to where it can go to naturally. Now, we don't want to wet noodle that shit and let it fall all the way to the floor, especially someone with a good movement. They could ideally let that fall all the way to the floor. You want to control it by visualizing turning the X on the bicep in towards the floor. This rotation here. So once we found our limits of our organic rotation, the second part we're going to do is take it about 15 to 30 degrees past that. Now, bear in mind that there's never any pain or nipping. It should be uncomfortable, you should feel a stretch, but it shouldn't be nippy and it should most definitely not be causing you any pain. Once we've found the point that we're going to work at, we're going to bring the top hand in, we'll lock this in, and from here we're just going to focus on big deep breaths. We're filling the belly, we're emptying the belly. We don't want any sharp breaths here. When people start their mobility work and Pails and rail stuff, they have a tendency to tighten up and stop breathing intense because it's so sore, or sorry, so tight. The key is here that we want to fill the body with loads of oxygen so that ideally all the stretch in and around the shoulder capsule basically starts to relax and melt out. With every deep breath, with no pain, with no danger, the brain and the central nervous system and the body part will link up and this will start to drop and get much lower. So the key again is 2 minutes. With all our Pails and rails, it is 2 minutes passive. Trying to be as relaxed as possible in the position before we start to up-regulate and start the Pails and rails work. So we're going to imagine Carter's been in this for 2 minutes now. First things first, what we're going to do is start our Pails work. Now again, after 2 minutes, this may have been enough. If the client feels gassed, if you feel gassed enough just after 2 minutes passively, you can take a bit of a break, shake it out, and come back and attempt Pails and rails the next time. Bear in mind, you're feeling good, there's no pain, you can go for it first time around, that's no problem. So, visualizing the X on the bicep, we're going to start turning out. Now you're going to use the top hand to not allow the hand to actually travel out. We're going to stay in the position of where we're stretched, but we're going to bypass that stretch reflex by externally rotating the opposite direction of internal rotation, which is pushing up. Now, you're going to use the breath. If it feels good, you're going to add more, you're going to add more, you're going to add more. We're going to build up to this maximum point for around 10 to 15 seconds, and if it's feeling good, hold it for another further 10 seconds. If you can hold maximum tension for any longer than 10, you're not fucking tensing hard enough, okay? It's impossible. You should be shaking, quivering, your body's crying. After this, we're then going to start our rails, which is internally rotating. We're going to take the top hand off, and we're going to internally rotate using the shoulder capsule. We don't want to push it down. The great thing about the Pails and rails, it's literally you doing all the fucking work here, okay? So we're going to do 30 seconds of the rails, which is the internal. We're fighting hard here. We're using the breath. That's great, Carter. Good. As you can see, the arm still hasn't drifted too far away. It's okay to leave a little bit because as you're rotating on the arm there, the muscles and stuff coming in, you will get a bit of a discrepancy. Breathe. Excellent. After we've repeated the first round of Pails and rails, we're just going to chill out. We're not going to internal or externally rotate. We're just going to breathe. 5, 6, 7 deep breaths. Again, sending further signals of relaxation, no danger. The body's going to start to relax and relax and relax. After we've done the 5 breaths, we can repeat this Pails and rails another once, another twice. If you're feeling good, you can repeat this up to 2 to 3 times, no problem at all, before calling it quits. Now, say for example we've done this another 2 or 3 times. What we then want to do before getting out, remember we've just opened the temporary window for new movement that hasn't been possible in the last maybe 5, 10, 15 years. We're going to go for a couple of rotations. So Carter, I want you to externally rotate to halfway, And then the very motion that we're trying to do, turn that X on the bicep, internally rotate. Good. Perfect. Good. The key here is when you're internally rotating, watch out for the arm trying to extend past 90 degree. You want to make sure you've got that nice 90, so when you're turning in, all the hit is in the shoulder capsule. You compensate at the elbow's going to take a little bit more of the stress. We want only the shoulder working here so the brain knows exactly what we're trying to do. And external again. So on these, the peels and reels, you're working really, really hard. After we're accumulating a couple of reps in the new range of motion, you want this to be easy. You don't want to make it that every time you get into this end range, you have to work so fucking hard to get there. The peels and reels, we can work hard, but after, you want to just gently turn that in, gently turn it out. Because eventually, getting these ranges that we're asking, you want it to be effortless. It's okay to be tough at the start, but it can't be a max intention every time. You've got to be able to get there easily. And after 4 or 5 reps, that's basically us. Be gentle getting out, and then after that, you can go about whatever else you want. Internal, external rotations, shoulder cars, all the variations of the new one that you've just opened. So that is shoulder internal peels and reels. Thank you very much. I hope it's to some benefit. Thank you, kid.